Hey, my dear friends, another one of these editions of It Is What It Is, brought to you by yours truly, me. I haven't posted in a while with a lot of stuff going on, especially with a great individual that was out there trying to reach others, was assassinated 2 weeks ago. And before that, I kind of took a little hiatus on all this, but because there was I was getting a lot of videos, and people would send me video after video to analyze fights, to do this. And I said to myself, it's very simple. Fighting's been around for a long time. People clash because of differences of opinion, whatever it is. Some people might not be able to agree to disagree, and they turn to violence. Is there violent situations that you need to defend yourself? Most definitely there is. A lot of people do not train. A lot of people might have gone to a class, trained for 6 months, maybe a year at the most. Some of them might have been taken to a chop and block school down the street, do some, type of martial art when they were kids. That's basically what happens. A great percentage of individuals do martial arts as their kids, and they kind of go into high school and junior high and up in those grades, and they kind of leave, and they still think they can do something when they were 5, 6, 7 years old, when they receive whatever belt they receive, right? I was talking to an individual the other day, good friend of mine, and he says the problem is we have this pugilistic mentality. And I know a lot of great pugilists. Some of them are up in the back in the pictures. Some of these are the best men I've ever met around. They're going to stand their ground, yeah. They're going to defend themselves, yeah. They'll throw, absolutely. But they're not out there picking fights. But it's rare when you come across two individuals that go into mutual combat, okay? And I'm going to tell you what mutual combat is. In the state of Texas, we have mutual combat. That means if somebody tells you, let's go outside, and you go with them, you're agreeing to an entanglement. What happens with mutual combat is that the police are going to come in there and they're going to arrest both of you. You're not going to beat the ride because they're out there to what? Arrest people. They're going to claim that it's disturbing the peace. They're going to claim, even though mutual combat is part of the penal code. The problem with mutual combat is you have to have the same escalation of force. Okay? If you're throwing punches, that's basically what it's for. It's you agree to disagree by going out there in fisticuffs. Now, people say, well, the person was trained and so on and so forth, so they get a lawyer and blah, 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 and they come back and he didn't know he was a black belt. All that's nonsense. Remember, most attorneys will sue you for farting the wrong way. So most assistant prosecutors or assistant DAs, they want to get a badge, so they're going to try to arrest as many people as they can. It's just the way it is. But mutual combat does exist. If you both agree to go outside, that's a contract. All right, now if you go outside and you pull out a knife and you stick them a couple of times, that's a different story. You understand? It has to be the equal amount of force. The following video, it's a couple of kids. If I look at it, they're probably 9th, 10th grade by the way it is. They're out in the playground, everybody forms a circle. How many are in the park someplace, outside the school limits, and they're fighting. Both of them are throwing. The one that wins is the one that realized that the other person had his hands down. How many fights like this occur across the United States daily? Many. Okay? High school, where I grew up at, that was common practice. That was our sparring. So you better understand that once you go into that, you went out there, people are going to come after you. If you win one, if they know that you're going to fight, somebody's going to try to test you. So I'm going to leave the video up here. A couple of mistakes. One, hands are down. But that's going to happen. What I mean by that's going to happen is people are going to fight. That type of fighting situation is common. Now, people need to understand that or parents need to understand that they better get their sons into some form of defensive structure and learn it correctly from somebody that's going to teach them how to open doors for women, how to shake hands, how to say hello, how to look somebody in the eye and say, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. No is no. And that comes from people that continue teaching the arts, kempo, savat, boxing, capoeira, some karates, that have that streetwise mentality behind them. Unfortunately, people see somebody and they see a bunch of kids jumping around, kicking the air, and they think that's what martial arts is. No, those are daycare systems. I'm telling you, parents, it's wise for you to teach your kids, both men and your boys and girls, to learn how to fight. All right? So I leave you with that. You all stay safe, be safe, and God bless you. Much peace.